everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Pop Off the Clock. I'm Brenda.
Hey, everyone. I'm Yoseline. Welcome back to your favorite thing of the week.
Yeah, your favorite moment. Actually, this come to be one of my favorite days of the week just because, I don't know, I get to focus more on this rather than other things. So
yeah.
I look forward to it. I look forward to recording it, so I can only imagine.
I know it's really hard because we say like something happens on a Tuesday and then we'd be like, hey, did you see this? But like we start talking about it, but I'm like, wait, I don't want to give out my opinion.
And then even like last Friday when we posted this, a whole bunch of things happened.
Always.
So I'm going to have to just check social media before we end this again because always
but it literally happens when we sit down right after too. Yeah. It's not even when we're here. I mean, we're here for like 2 hours almost recording by the time we set up and record and all that and turn everything down. It's just, the world keeps turning, and so does pop culture.
Yeah. So how has your week been, Yoseline?
So last episode I previewed. I told you guys about how I was gonna go out on Saturday because for Lent I had given up soda, alcohol, juice, all the good stuff for the Lent season, and being the Catholic girl that I am, the good Catholic girl that I am, I waited until Easter to finally have my first drink, and we had a lot of people show up and have the first drink with us at the bar. Yeah. I will say that by the second shot that I took, I was done. I was just like...
Oh, I can imagine. After 46 days, you said, right? 46 days of no alcohol.
My first drink was a shot. I think it was a shot. A tequila shot.
Eesh.
Yeah. I had a tequila double shot. A tequila double shot.
Double?
Yeah.
Who gave you a double shot?
Yarita.
Oh, okay.
And then I had the guava drink.
Okay.
And then I had a fireball shot.
Okay, yeah. Well, I remember them setting up the fireball, and I was like, fireball.
And then I had another of the guava ones, and I was just like, I'm feeling myself.
Yeah.
You also have to think about that we started drinking at midnight, so technically we only had an hour 45 to drink. Yeah. So I wasn't trying to speed through anything. So a shot, a good cocktail that took me a while, then another shot, and then another cocktail. I was feeling myself.
Yeah, that's a good.
Unlike other people that were there. Not you, Chloe, not you. Our other friend.
I drank a lot. I had never drank in a while, but yeah. So how do you feel about alcohol? Did you miss it?
I didn't. I feel for me, alcohol wasn't my thing.
It was. Did you get that McDonald's soda? Tell me, did it live up to your expectations? It did.
It actually
Exceeded.
It just hit the spot. I'm also a coffee girl, so I was really excited. I've only drank coffee.
I can never give up coffee.
So Sunday, I just was so tired that I didn't really want to deal with coffee in case, it sat wrong with me after being caffeine free for so long. So I didn't have it. And then on Monday, I was scared to drink it in case it didn't sit well with me. I was going to be at work all day feeling like shit. So I didn't have it on Monday. Then Tuesday, I just caved in and made myself a cup of coffee, and it was good. Nothing happened, thankfully. I felt fine. But I haven't gone to Starbucks or Dunkin'. I haven't had a good Frappuccino or an ice something.
I feel you.
So that's probably going to be me on Saturday. Or maybe tomorrow. Treat myself. It's payday. It's pay weekend.
It is payday.
And... maybe I'll do that for Friday to treat myself for surviving this. I know, treat myself. But aside from that, Easter, hung out with some friends. It was good.
Yeah, cracked
Yours?
Some cascarones.
Yes.
I have come to realize I really hate a lot of things in this life, and confetti is one of them. I absolutely hate confetti because it gets everywhere. I hate sand because it gets everywhere.
I hate sand.
And I'm sure there's something else on that list that I don't like.
Glitter.
I absolutely hate glitter. Those are the 3 things I cannot stand. So Easter was whatever. My nephews cracked all the eggs practically on me, so that is why I'm emphasizing my hatred for confetti, because
that's auntie
I had confetti everywhere. But I'm not the favorite aunt apparently, but I have to deal with the most shit. So
whoa.
So when we were leaving, my nephew, he just kind of gave me a side hug. And when I tell you immediately after, when Carlos said bye, he like jumped in Carlos's arms and gave him the longest hug. I was like, I have to like take care of these kids sometimes, and that's the treatment you get.
Ungrateful.
Yeah. I was like, these ungrateful kids, they see you once in a while and you get all the love in the world. But yeah.
Wow.
Easter was fine. I saw Super Mario Bros.
Oh, how did you like it?
So my movie going experience was a little frustrating. The theater that I went to, the service wasn't great. I never got what I ordered at all the entire night. So that was a little frustrating, and that was kind of clouding my movie going experience.
I think I know where you're talking about. It has happened lately to me too.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's the second time it's happened to me where like my order never came. But I try to look past it sometimes. But yeah, it's just like the movie was good. I just couldn't really, my mind was clouded with annoyance.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Annoyance, like to the utmost extreme.
I'm like that too. I've actually have realized that I prefer the reclining chairs than to have the food option.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
like,
I always was the other way.
See, for me, just give me popcorn. Just give me popcorn, and I'll be happy. But I didn't even get popcorn, so I just was not happy.
Yeah.
I got water though. Lucky me, but
I don't know. I sneak in my own snacks.
That's smart.
Candy. Nothing like
like a whole sushi meat. I've seen people bring sushi.
I've done that. Like when I was a teenager, like my friends and I would sneak in and out.
Oh, that sounds so good. Don't say that around some of our other coworkers. But yeah, those are our weeks, and
I'm excited for the weekend. As in, like, I don't want to do anything. Like, don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't breathe towards me. Just mind your business and let me be.
Last week on Saturday, I cleaned from like the afternoon till before we went out. So I just don't want to do anything either. Actually, I need to go I am going to a wedding next weekend. So I need to find a dress. I'm going to go buy cowboy boots too.
Are you Western or just like the
It's
Hanoi?
kind of like a Western-y kind of thing. I think it's going to be at a ranch or something.
Nice.
So I'm going to get cowboy boots. It's like semi-casual, but I'm going to take that as I'm going to dress nice, but not super, super nice.
I feel like if you find a cute like
flower dress
and the boots, you're good.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
With no stress. But let's get into these quick headlines.
Yes,
hopefully
our quick headlines first.
Super long.
I know. I don't think they will. Okay, first up, we have to talk about it. We have to. Kim Kardashian on American Horror Story. So on Monday, the reality star announced on social media that she and actress Emma Roberts are set to be a part of the next season of FX's American Horror Story. Kardashian posted a brief teaser trailer that featured a creepy version of Rockabye Baby. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, playing as the two stars' names are shown with text stating that they are delicate, and a voice can also be heard whispering, "Emma and Kim are delicate."
I'm like, is this a Taylor music video extreme? Delicate?
Okay, I thought it was like, what?
The song Delicate?
Yeah, no. I meant like my reaction to see. Like,
okay, no. I'm like, Kim hasn't been in anything since the Disaster movie, and that was, I think, as herself. So I think she's more satire. Let's see if this is going to be actually like scary, serious.
I don't know. Like, Ryan Murphy is so unique and interesting, and some might call it genius, others might call it like creepy. I don't know. Would he put his project in line just to gain the popularity and the following of the Kardashians, or did she improve?
I don't know, because maybe she improved, but also I feel like the American Horror Story like franchise just needs to die off already, because I'm like, where else can you go with this?
Are we gonna are they gonna be all connected?
In some way they are connected. I just kind of stopped watching the recent seasons because I'm like, I just don't understand the connections anymore.
My favorite one has been Coven. The first season is the best season. It's just whoa. The second season was so creepy. And I'm telling you, like, I was obsessed. Like,
Yeah, same.
I went to the locations. Like, I've been to
shit.
the outside.
Oh, you went to the house?
The house.
How
I've been
cool.
to the asylum where they shot it. It's like a
You went
public
to an
library. No, the
Oh,
building.
okay.
The,
I was like, damn, Yos,
no,
you're
the,
brave.
the asylum is shot like the exterior shots are like a library in Los Angeles. The Coven. We passed by the school and we went to New Orleans. So up to the Coven, and the Coven's my other favorite one. Well, I believe
I kind of like the Apocalypse one because I like how it tied all of them together.
Oh, Hotel. Yeah, I
Hotel's
also like
also good.
I like the connection to the, like, I like that one because it's like, oh, so there is a point, like there is a connection.
Yeah.
And Hotel I thought was really good. That's when I kind of realized that Lady Gaga was a good actress.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't even remember.
I didn't like Circus. That one
Circus
was kind
really
of like
creeps me
whatever.
out. I'm not a Circus person.
Season 5 was Coven. Season 6, I think, was Apocalypse. And then they had one in New York. I liked 1984.
The election one and that one.
Yeah, the election one, I couldn't really watch because it was just a lot of screaming and Evan Peters stressed me out. So I didn't really watch that one.
I think I didn't watch election. I started the camp one, the 19.
I liked the camp one.
But I don't remember finishing it.
That one was...
And then
that one I have no idea what the connection.
And then nothing
could be.
happened afterwards, right? It started.
No, they had one about New York or something.
Oh,
I didn't watch it.
And then
it's already on streaming.
Yeah, and then they started the American Horror Stories.
Yes, which I kind of watched, kind of didn't.
And it's just kind of like, why don't you just? I don't know. I didn't. I think I've watched one, but aside from that, like, I kind of died down. I'll probably watch this.
Oh yeah,
like
I will watch this despite me.
I like Emma Roberts. I do like her, so we'll see.
Yeah, she kind of like dropped off a little bit as far as being in that franchise. Oh, they also had the one where they, the Blood Moon one where they all like are in a reality show and they're in that house.
Oh, that's a good one.
You're not sure
one.
like who is the real person or not. Lady Gaga's like the witch. Remember, she's like a crazy witch with like crazy hair. When she did that documentary.
Yeah, it's the Arcane. It's a city, like in Arkansas.
Roanoke.
Okay, isn't it? Arkansas?
Yeah, it's the AHS Roanoke.
But yeah, I think Kim. I wonder if she's gonna play herself. It's just weird that they're like Emma and Kim are delicate, not like Sally and like their character's name. You know,
and I think this is the continuation of American Horror Story rather than the stories itself.
Yes.
Like it's a season of
the old.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
we'll see.
We'll watch for sure. So Millie Bobby Brown seemingly announces her engagement to Jake Bon Jovi early Tuesday morning. The Stranger Things star, who is 19, posted to Instagram a black and white photo of herself with 20-year-old boyfriend of 2 years, in which she appears to have a sparkling diamond ring on that finger. Well, the caption came from a lyric to Taylor Swift's 2019 song Lover, saying, "I've loved you 3 summers, now honey, I want them all."
I mean,
she's so young.
She is. It's just because we've seen her since she was she actually 11 when she was doing that when she started?
Maybe
younger.
For me, okay, I know that her being a child actress, she is more like mature than she's not 19. Mentally, she's probably like 22 or 23. I still think 22 and 23 is too young to be married.
Oh, yeah. It's such a completely different time from when our parents were younger and they were getting married at that age compared to... Like, I can't imagine being married now, and I'm going to be 29 in a couple weeks, so I'm
a child bride at 31.
Yeah, exactly. So I know a lot of people are saying she is pretty young to be married. I mean, you know...
I think they're a good fit. Like, I think I love them together. I hope it's just, like... more of a promise ring than like...
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure it's like an engagement
No, I think it's an engagement ring, but like we'll be engaged for 3 years.
Hopefully it's I believe in long engagements.
I do too, especially if you can't drink at your own wedding.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
they can go to Europe and drink all they want. Maybe they can go to Portofino.
They could go to Laredo. Oh, Portofino. You know, but I mean, congratulations to her.
Yes,
but I think it's a good fit. I just still think they're a little young,
especially because she's such at the start still of her career.
She's still at her peak. Like, it still trips me out how like sexy she is now. When we like started,
yeah, we saw her as like a little kid
when she was like really blonde for the press stuff.
Yes,
I'm just like, who's that?
She looks
girl?
like an adult.
Yeah,
a legit adult. So
legit adult. Not
congratulations
even 19
to you.
Okay, our other rapid headline over here, you know, we are fans. The Duke of Sussex, you know, Prince Harry, will be present at the King's coronation, but his wife, the Duchess of Sussex, will not be attending, Buckingham Palace has said. There had been speculations about whether the couple would travel to the coronation, but it has now emerged that Prince Harry will attend alone. The prince will join more than 2,000 guests at Westminster Abbey on May 6th. It will be the first time he has been seen with the royal family since his bombshell memoir Spare was published.
Damn, I can't wait to see the photos because I feel like, I mean, just it's
why
gonna be awkward.
She gonna be there? Do you think it's because like
I don't know if it was kind of like look, Harry has to be there. He's the kid,
son.
like he's the son. Like it's gonna look extremely bad if he's not there. But like we can do without Meghan here.
Or do you think it was like Meghan being like, you know, the best option for us is for me not to go. Like we don't need it to be.
I think it could either go. It could have gone either way.
I hope for the best of them they are okay. But Meghan said, if I go, that's going to be the story and not you becoming king. And I want to work on the relationship with you so bad that I need you to have the attention you want. Because I know that's what you want. I know that's what you and Camilla want. Because if she shows up, that's the whole thing.
And it goes back to that whole discussion that we had in our book episode, which you can watch.
Yeah.
Where it was just like the reason why she became in this position was because she was constantly in the tabloids. And I think that's a great theory as to why she isn't there. Like I said, it could be either way. We don't really know Meghan as much as we like to know.
No.
We don't know if she's being this selfless or if she was just kind of like, or if the decision was made for them.
Because in the book, remember that one time when the queen was dying and the king was like, you could come, but not her.
Yeah.
And I'm just like.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting because doesn't that fall on the same day as Archie's birthday? So
it's like around there. Yeah.
So
I mean, he's not gonna remember.
It's like his first birthday or second. No, he's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine. They could celebrate on the weekend.
I'm excited to see the photos.
I heard rumors. These are just absolute rumors that there is tension between Charles and Camilla, William and Catherine, because Camilla is mad that like these outings leading up to their coronation, all the tabloids have been Kate like, well, look what she's wearing.
Yeah.
Did you see that blue?
Okay, so we were talking about it, the whole nail polish thing, that she was wearing red nail polish on Easter Sunday with her like crimson blue like outfit, trench coat, whatever. And that a lot of people were upset because that doesn't follow royal protocol. I would 1,000% imagine Camilla putting that headline out there just to like, you know.
And Diana and Meghan have been like criticized for previously wearing dark nails. So now I'm thinking it's not royal protocol. It's just what the queen has wanted.
Yeah. And now that she's not here, what is the protocol then? I guess it's just whatever the king wants now.
No, problem.
I guess.
So we'll be following along. Hopefully, maybe we could do something special for that day.
That'd be cool. Like,
right?
Yeah, we can talk about
like
it
a special,
length.
like maybe live stream it.
Live stream the coronation,
like through our network.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something along those lines.
Yeah, they do.
I remember
that stuff. like for the wedding, they send a lot of people.
I remember watching Kate and William's wedding at school. Like, teachers were like, "No, we're gonna be watching this today."
Yeah, even Meghan and Harry was a weekend because I remember I was working weekends and it was like playing while I was producing.
Yeah, I so it's on networks like.
Yeah, like Hoda and Savannah are going to be flown out there, you know, like that kind of thing.
Making them wear those ugly hats. God, I can never forget that.
Okay, so our next fast headline is Lily Reinhart and Jack Martin aren't shy about showing a little PDA on Monday. The Riverdale actress and the TikTok star, I did not know he was a TikTok star, were spotted sharing a kiss at LAX airport in Los Angeles. The photo, Reinhart, who's 26, wraps her arms around Martin, who has his hands placed on his hips as they go in for a kiss.
I thought he came out in the show La Brea, because I was looking up him and I kept just seeing posters of La Brea, but I never watched that show. I know he had a poster in the hallway, but I think they canceled that show.
I actually didn't. I told myself I was going to Google him, but then I found this article that like identifies him as a TikToker, and I was like, oh, he's a TikToker, and
that's such an interesting
pairing
world, and pairing if he is a TikTok star. But we haven't really seen her as publicly with anybody since Cole Sprouse, and I don't even would think then that it was as they wouldn't. Well, then again, they went to the Met Gala together.
It's just interesting, I guess.
He kind of looks like Cole with brown hair.
She's got a type.
She's got a type.
I don't know, like, I'm happy for her.
We're happy
like,
for
especially
you.
After Cole, right? Cole?
Yeah, and that
came out with his interview,
daddy,
and he kind of is already in a new relationship and basically said that we weren't good for each other.
Yeah. So good for her.
Good for her. Okay, well, HBO series, a Harry Potter TV series, is officially moving forward at HBO Max. The announcement was made during Warner Brothers Discovery's presentation to press and investors on April 12th, during which was announced that HBO Max and Discovery Plus are officially being combined into a new service dubbed simply Max. So we brought you guys this story last week or 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
So apparently that was a leak, that they were working on the Harry Potter, and now that they confirmed it. And we saw a little, because we thought it's like, it was kind of like, oh, they're working on it, or they're throwing the idea.
It's like a thought. Yeah, it's an idea.
And we're like, how are they going to do it? But now, I mean, they have a full-on little teaser. Yeah. And now I'm a little worried. That means that
they're full throttle with it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was also even to just test out the waters to see what people think. First of all, my question is, all right, this is the second rebranding of HBO and HBO Max. And I have HBO Max. I'm like, is this going to impact me? Like, do I have to make a brand new account, or is it just going to usher me into this account?
I think it's just going to usher you.
Okay, because I'm like, y'all are just
I think it's like the Disney Plus, how Disney Plus has
Hulu.
No, Disney Plus has like all of the shows from, who do they have? They have two things.
Like, they have like Animal Planet,
like the
and stuff like that. National Geographic.
Like that, like kind of.
I see the vision. I expect them to do another rebranding in the future, like they do it a million times. But I personally think it's still too soon to do a whole TV show about Harry Potter when literally the actors are 30 years old. Like they're not even seasoned at this point. They are still young. Like the franchise finished like 10 years ago. Like, can we just have more time?
I would love if they do it like if it was their kids. I think that's just the most original or something. I don't want it to be
the same exact characters, just done in a different way.
But I also don't want it to be at the same timeline, because then I'm like, well, where's Harry during this? Or where's... Yeah. I'm
really curious. And they are working with J.K. Rowling on this, I believe. So I don't know.
Maybe it's Harry's parents.
Maybe
when they were in school,
because they said it's following the books. So like I said before, I would like to see maybe what the professors were doing, during this time while Harry was, living
during
his
summer
life.
break.
Yeah. The parties that they go to.
Because then I'd be like, well, I want to see Harry, because like it's a school, he has to eventually cross the hallway.
And Harry was the most famous student in there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch the lives of the kids that were annoyed of Harry Potter. Like, this kid again, like, we can do so much better.
Harry.
So I'm curious. And also they announced that they are obviously continuing the Game of Thrones franchise.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to be doing another prequel following another person's story.
It's like something nice.
Yeah, some sort of night. Yeah.
And we'll watch it. Like,
we're going to watch these shows for you guys.
Yeah. Or with you. Whatever you want to phrase it.
God, guys, stop making us watch these things.
Well, we'll let our bosses know that you guys want to. So another one, which I don't have a lot of information because I just could not find the source for it, is the Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. It's just a rumor that they've been dating for a couple months.
I think it's like kind of started Dumois rumor.
And I just couldn't find a real, like, even a real source credible source that even cites an unnamed source. Like, what?
At least with the at least with the Zayn and Selena, there was a little bit more something there. Mm-hmm. Whereas with like Kylie and Timmy, like, where is this?
Would you believe
kind of
that?
Left field. I feel like he goes for like the bad bees.
That's what they say. I believe Timothée Chalamet. I believe Kylie Jenner is Timothée Chalamet's type.
I don't think she is. No, he is her type. No, not at all. I don't think she goes. Well, I don't know.
Would he even? I
was like, I don't think she goes for this like skinny, like straight skinny types. But then again, I feel like Travis is kind of skinny.
No, but she goes. He's so like.
He has more like he has.
He's so like proper to me, like as in I like art. Let me speak French.
He's like a
theater
kid.
He's a theater kid.
And Kylie, I don't know what she is. Not a theater kid.
Not a theater kid. No. I mean, maybe she's switching it up.
But that's what I feel like. Whenever the sisters switch a type, it's like they all kind of like get the memo.
It's like the Travis effect, Travis Barker effect. Now they're all going for like
the rocker, alternative,
musician,
artsy people.
Where it's like used to be athletes and like
when they do a rebrand, they all do a rebrand.
That's like, what I call a rebrand.
Sisters, rebrand. All right.
So the next one is Jonas Brothers. So everyone is a sucker for a Jonas Brothers concert. Nick, Kevin, and Joe will perform at Yankee Stadium on August 12th, where they will play every song from their 5 albums. Dang. They also will perform their upcoming album titled The Album, which is set to release on May 12th.
Is this the Joe Bro Eras tour?
Yeah, basically. I know that they already sold out this date and they opened up a new one, and I really want to go.
You should go.
Like, I've been to a Jonas Brothers concert. It's really good, guys. Like,
Yoselin is a real Jonas
Brothers
fan.
I'm a broho.
Mm-hmm. A broho. Is that what they call you all?
Yes.
I've been a broho since
like, I think they were, like, right, like, I was like the perfect age for them, where they came right before One Direction. So I was too old for One Direction. So the Jonas Brothers were like my thing. Like, Kevin was the older one. Joe was like the little bit. I think Kevin is like 3 years older than me. Joe's like 2 years older than me. And I think I'm like a couple months older than Nick. So I was like with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was never like creepy.
I'm like, how old is Nick?
Nick is 30.
Oh, okay, then
I'm 31.
He's 2 years older than me. I'm gonna grab my water.
So were you a wonder? Like, what would your boy band would be?
I wasn't anybody.
Brenda was a rebel.
Well, like I had mentioned prior, where my boy bandness dropped off was with NSYNC, Backstreet Boys.
But that's not real.
When I was a kid. As far as an adult, I didn't listen to One Direction. My friends did. I heard a couple songs. I thought they were good. Jonas Brothers, I wasn't super into them. I think you were too young. I wasn't super into them. I would watch, obviously, Miley, Selena. I saw some of their music videos because of them. But I wasn't really into them. I don't even know who else was a boy band at that time.
I don't think. Those guys from Nickelodeon. Big Time Rush.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't watch that either. I was a weird kid. I went through a lot of musical, like the music I was into.
We want to hear about it. Just kidding.
All over the place.
No, I was very much like, I remember when they were touring fairs, they went to my hometown fair and I went, and you know who their opening act was? Demi Lovato.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's when she was on drugs, right?
Yeah. She was like apparently not okay.
Yeah.
And then I never saw them in concert until when they reunited. 2019, 2018 or 2019. It was a great show.
I think I was the person that was like, I'm too old for boy bands. Why do I want to be into boy bands?
Oh, the Naked Brothers band. I
wasn't into them either.
That was kind of during the same. But they were so young.
Yeah,
like,
they were like
young.
young kids. Yeah.
No, but Jonas Brothers was just like Camp Rock. You rock.
So I watched Camp Rock,
Uh-huh.
and I don't even think I had a crush on any of them because that's when Joe had his like straight like emo hair and Nick was just like a curly haired boy.
Just call me Mrs. Jonas. But yeah, so good for them. I love to see them. Okay, I think this is my last headline for y'all, which I probably should have said it right after the Kardashian one. So Drake samples Kim. So Drake is no stranger to taking jabs in his songs, and in his new single Search and Rescue, he apparently is taking one of his frenemy, Kanye West. The song features dialogue of West's estranged wife, Kim Kardashian, apparently talking about divorce. Quote, "I didn't come this far just to come this far and not be happy." Kardashian's vocal fry-laden voice is heard speaking to her mother, Kris Jenner, on their reality show. But she is not credited on the song.
No, I can totally see. Because all Drake likes to do is just like...
Drama.
Yeah, like make dabs at Kanye. They had that whole fight because of the whole Kiki, do you love me? Like, because they call Kim Kiki. So when he made the song Kiki, do you love me? Kanye got all mad because he's like, how dare you talk about my wife or try to insinuate anything about my wife? So he's just always like stoking the flames. He knows he's going to get attention from it. And then one quick thing, our favorite boyfriend, Pete Davidson, he is going to be hosting SNL. He's been off of SNL, I think, for a whole season. And so now he's going to be a host. So that should be interesting. And apparently Firefest is coming back for a round 2.
Yeah.
Let's not make that happen.
No. Let's all agree right now. Let's not let that happen.
No,
like,
let's not.
Like,
we already saw the documentary.
what's that? Like,
Man.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like, why?
Yeah, and those are our quick headlines. Now let's get into some topics.
Our juicy topics. So the first one we have, we're going to talk about Ariana Grande. We haven't heard from her for a while because she's kind of been in hiatus / lockdown for Wicked. So Ariana Grande is opening up about her health after fans scrutinized changes in her physical appearance. In a TikTok video posted Tuesday, Grande addressed concerns about her weight in an apparent response to social media users who recently noted the singer's thinner figure. "I think we should be gentler and less comfortable commenting on people's bodies no matter what," Grande said. "There are ways to compliment someone or to ignore something that you see that you didn't like that I think we should help each other work towards. We should aim towards being safer and keeping each other safer." The Position singer added that there are many different ways to look healthy, beautiful, and that her previous physical appearance reflected an unhealthy stage in her life. So we saw those pictures come out of her walking down the streets, and she's actually pretty covered up in them, but she kind of has a jacket just covering her shoulders, and you just really see, her collarbone, the rib cage right here in the chest area. Obviously her face is slimmer. Her hair is blonder with her eyebrows blonder. So I think that
kind of just makes her face look more snatched because of the blonde with her light skin.
So people were just talking about how unhealthy she looks and yada, yada, yada. So she felt that she needed to come forward and speak about it, which I find it interesting how she says that a lot of people that are commenting on her body or are comparing her current body, comparing it to in this specific image from...
Yeah, I think they're talking about obviously post Mac Miller.
Yeah, it was when she was on touring and she was literally crying on every show. And people were saying, look, she looks so much healthier. And she's like, you guys don't know this, but I was actually at my least healthiest
She's
there.
Taking painkillers with drinking and other stuff. She just wasn't taking care of herself.
And I agree. You just don't know what people are going through. Like, you truly don't. And I think it's sad because she never addresses this kind of stuff, and then she just had to put a stop to it. Yeah. Do I think she looks really thin? Absolutely. But if she's saying that like she's in a good place, I think she probably feels comfortable enough that she is in a healthy place to speak up.
Yeah. Because if she wasn't, she probably wouldn't have said anything.
She wouldn't have addressed
like how
it.
she before.
Like
she never addressed anything.
If she had something to hide, I think she'd just be like, I'm not gonna bring more attention to it. Like,
but with a lot of things I'm seeing on social media, it's like a side-by-side picture of Ariana and Chadwick Boseman, because before he passed away, he got really, really thin, and people would make fun of him saying, oh, he looks like he's on drugs or something, when in fact, like, he was sick, and he obviously
cancer,
he was died because of it. And so it kind of just goes to show you never really know, even when people are thin, which is obviously the ideal body type that people hold to a standard, a standard, that doesn't mean that they're healthy. So you never know. You never know what people are going through. And it's just it just brings up the fact that, this society always talks about weight and how appearances mean everything to people, especially when you are a celebrity, or not even a celebrity, when you are a public figure. Your figure is constantly
in the public
scrutinized. Which is ridiculous. Like, why are we still talking about people's weight?
It really is sad, but I'm glad, hopefully, that I really do hope that her addressing it just shines a light to people, or like, first of all, leave her alone, but people are gentler to themselves and to others. Okay, let's go to our next headline. We have a Scandoval scandal and update from Brenda Camacho. I will say something. I have watched my first 2 Vanderpump episodes.
I've only seen one.
Ever. So I saw half of the Vegas one, and then them going to Mexico for Sheena's wedding.
Okay, I need to watch that one, because I guess that one kind of has more ties to the whole timeline. I don't know if you saw the video where he like touches
no one notices
ass.
that.
Nobody really
notices
so
that.
Quick.
So it's so quick, but you could tell she goes like that. So that makes me think they are definitely flirty. And I saw the video, like, slowing it down, but when he kind of brings up like Raquel kissed Schwartz and throws the key, I'm like, that's kind of jealous vibes. So I'm thinking they probably are already like starting to message each other or something, and she kisses Schwartz at the resort, so that probably gets him jealous.
So Tom Sandoval did an interview on Howie Mandel's podcast, which I watched for you guys, so you don't have to watch it. You can just get all that information here, because it was literally so hard to watch. Howie Mandel does not know how to do an interview. I hate to bash on people, but he just really did not handle that situation well, because I think Tom Sandoval picked Howie's because they apparently have known each other. They're like friends, but not really friends. I think he picked him because he knew this guy knows nothing about this world and was going to ask softball questions. And that's sure as hell what that guy did. He didn't ask good questions. His daughter was there with him doing the interview too. She's a huge Bravo person. So I think he should have just let her do it, because she was actually asking questions you want to know, whereas Howie was basically defending Tom the entire time. So what Tom essentially said in this horrible interview, that he kept repeating the same thing, was that him and Ariana had already started getting into a phase in their relationship where they were becoming more friends and family instead of any romance between them. He said they no longer were getting intimate with each other, and he was just kind of getting to the realization that they were going to be a couple that no longer had sex, and he had to come to terms with that fact. Then
poor thing.
He said that him and Raquel started getting really close, being good friends post her James Kennedy breakup. They were becoming really, really good friends. He thinks that she's a great girl, and that at some point the guy's like a guy's trip or something along those lines. This is before the wedding. He says that he was locked out of his house, so him and Raquel were outside talking, and that they slowly started getting closer and closer, and then they had their first kiss. And then eventually they were just FaceTiming, hanging out, they asked at Sheena's wedding when Tom Schwartz and Raquel kiss, what was your reaction? He was like, oh, I was super happy for them because I really wanted them to get together. Like, I had no jealousy whatsoever, which doesn't really seem the case. They continue to kind of, I guess, hook up here and there, whatever, him and Raquel. And what he says, what he's alleging, because these are still allegations until we hear the other side of the story, which will be coming out on Watch What Happens Live, not Watch What Happens Live, but the reunion that they're going to have. He says that he tried to break up with Ariana. First, he tried to make the relationship work. They went to couples therapy, and he said it was in couples therapy that he wanted to break up with her. His plan was to break up with her while they're in therapy. He said that ended up not being the case because he started noticing that Ariana was caring more, because prior he was saying she was the kind of partner that wouldn't notice me not being as involved in the relationship. We basically lived separate lives, but we kept appearances because we have a brand to take care of. And so he said that post couples therapy, he started knowing Ariana caring a lot more about him and his interests, and so he felt bad breaking up with her. And that the night that Ariana found the phone, that she saw the images, and that's my thing, Howie was basically just being like, oh, you're not a bad guy, it's not like you all were in a serious relationship or anything. I'm like, you all were together for 9 years, what are you talking about? He just basically was like, you shouldn't feel bad, it wasn't even that big of a deal. I don't know why everybody's making such a big deal about this, because this isn't the end of the world, you cheating on your girlfriend. He just was handling that interview very poorly. He did not ask the right questions. When did you and Raquel start getting intimate? Apparently he broke up with Ariana 2 weeks prior to that incident happening, and that Ariana was like, no, we're not going to break up. I can't do that. We can't break up whatsoever. But he says that they broke up on Valentine's Day, which, like I said, you don't really know until you hear the other person's side too. And so, I mean, regardless if the relationship wasn't there yet, if you all didn't have that connection anymore, you all were still in a relationship and you still cheated on your partner with her best friend. It's still bad. And so it's just Howie Mandel was the wrong person to do that interview, but I'm pretty sure it was intentional. Get the person that knows the least in the room to do this. He is being highly criticized by people like Andy Cohen and Lala Kent. Andy Cohen said, Howie basically didn't do his homework, and Howie's response to that was, yeah, I didn't do my homework because I'm not going to weaponize information against him and ask more questions. The point of interviewing is to ask questions. What it was a ridiculous interview. Also, TMZ was reporting that in December, before all of this came to light, Tom Sandoval took Raquel to his hometown, I think it's St. Louis, to introduce him to his family, and that the family allegedly refused to meet her because they found it disrespectful to do such things. I think it's really disrespectful. Regardless if you and Ariana weren't there, it's still your partner.
Did she not know?
So what Tom was saying is that she might have known about Raquel, but she was turning a blind eye, and he said, quote, or maybe it's because she trusted me. Well, if she trusts you, is that a bad thing that your partner trusts you enough to be around her best friend? Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'm really curious to see the reunion, to see or to hear what both of them had to say about the timeline of everything.
Lala was on Watch What Happens Next or Watch What Happens Live, and they're like, you guys are gonna be so shocked with the reunion, and Andy was like, it's because I guess Ariana and Raquel kind of have a moment to talk, and Raquel says some nonsense.
If Tom Sandoval is doing this kind of damage control right now, that just kind of shows how bad it's going to be. And that is exactly why he picked Howie Mandel, because Howie Mandel was going to make him look good. And I don't know, terrible interview. I will never watch a Howie Mandel, because at one point he's like, "Oh, Raquel's hot," in front of his daughter. Like, come on, bro, read the room, honestly. And yeah, that was the interview. That was a waste of time.
All right, so our next one, we've been waiting for this, guys. Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn breakup. So Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn have called it quits. ET has exclusively learned that the Lavender Haze singer and the British actor broke up a few weeks ago. ET has also learned that the split was amicable and it was not dramatic. ET's told that the relationship had just run its course, and it's why Alwyn hasn't been spotted at any shows. Swift is currently on her Eras tour, which heads to Tampa this weekend. Actually, yeah. And just a few days after that was announced, we have already spotted Miss Taylor Swift 2 times. Pictures of her in Liverpool when it first came out, possibly shooting a music video. And then Taylor Swift was spotted in public for the first time since the news of her breakup. The occasion, Swift enjoyed a dinner out with longtime friend and fellow musician Jack Antonoff and actress Margaret Qualley, who is Jack's girlfriend, fiance. They were at Via Carota, an Italian restaurant about a 4-minute walk from Cornelia Street, a subject of one of Swift's songs from the 2019 Lover album. Okay, so first I have to state the obvious. So last week...
Yes, we missed this, sadly.
Last week, I told Brenda before we recorded, I have this theory, my sister and I have this theory that Taylor and Joe are not together. Like, I just feel it. Like, he hasn't been on the shows. It's just like a vibe around her, just seeing her in performance, that they're not together. It's just like, how does your boyfriend not show up to your shows? And I'm not saying this man has to be a groupie and go to everyone, but opening night is like milestone. Like, those are the equivalent to you getting a promotion, to you going to a special workshop or being invited. Like, that's her equivalent to her. And the fact that your boyfriend hasn't gone to any show, it's like, she has a private jet. I know you're if you're shooting a movie, your role is not that important.
Isn't Emma Stone and him in the same movie? Or they're working on the same project together?
Stop it. She's been there.
That was something I read. I don't know if that's 100% true, but there was, I guess, an allegation that they're working on the same film together, but she was their opening night.
Oh, okay. I didn't. So I was gonna say it on the show last weekend, and I totally forgot. Slipped my mind.
It was until after that you're like, oh, I never said my Taylor Swift theory.
My theory, and then we left it at that, just to come find out like a couple days
later. Yeah,
this came out, and I'm like, guys, I called it, and I'll say it. Okay, let me put this on record. I have a feeling that Chris Evans and his girlfriend are no longer together.
You think Chris and Taylor would
no, but
you have a theory that
I have a theory they're no longer together.
All right, let's see what happens. She is putting it out there, guys.
I'm putting it out there. Okay,
Chris Evans.
Alba something.
Yes,
Bautista,
Alba Bautista. Right? I think so.
I don't think they're together anymore.
I think you're in the universe breaking up relationships.
You're gonna post something.
You've had this like Taylor theory for a while.
I had, yeah, and I know that Chris and I were just going through a phase right now because he was dating someone else, but that doesn't stem. It's just like the vibe I get. It's just a really weird thing to explain, but it's just like looking at
She's on the pulse of pop culture. Everybody watch out. This
weirdo.
Is like a prediction show.
I mean, it's also a 50-50 shot, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. But no, going back to Tay-Tay. So she is spotted in New York looking great.
Like I said, this woman is in her moment right now. She's looking amazing. And post-breakup, no wonder why she looks so great. Yeah. She's in her post-breakup mood. It was immediately after the breakup announcements were made, a lot of people started pointing out stuff in her concert, like obviously, and it was one of your theories, a part of your theories was in her Arlington concert, she switched Invisible String to The One.
Which is, Invisible String is literally about how you and the person you're meant to be with are just connected through life through an invisible string that leads you eventually to them. And then The One, it's like, you could have been the one.
Yeah, you could have been the one.
And it's just like, what a switch.
And also people were showing little clips of her singing Champagne Problems and her getting emotional. I didn't really see her getting emotional. I think it's an emotional song, and she probably had emotions in it, but I didn't see like her cry.
No, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, y'all are.
So here's my next theory, okay, with that, which I think you kind of mentioned it earlier in the week. So I believe they have been broken up for a while because when she also, this is another one, when she did that trend of like the Taylor Swift concert trend where it's like people zoom into their pictures, not one single picture had Joe in it. So that was another one that I also spotted. So I think they've been broken up for weeks or possibly months or a couple months. And she and her team began to get comments like, can you confirm yes or no? And that's why she made the set list change, because she knew it was coming out, and it was like rehashing it. Because have they come out and said like Taylor Swift's reps confirmed? No. But I do believe when they say a closed source, it's her. Like, it's her people.
That's what people who are in the industry say. If it's a closed source, they don't want to be. It's like it's me saying it. So just say it's somebody close
like CNN came out with it, citing a close source. Like CNN isn't.
That's true.
It's true. It's true doing her job. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like once TMZ. Once it's so all over the place, it's like not a rumor.
So the Dumois theory that I read was that they weren't gonna talk about it, and then it got leaked all of a sudden. And that the reason why because the restaurant that she was seen at is a popular spot to get photographed. I saw a Dumois like submission thing that that wasn't her way of reacting. That she didn't know that this was gonna come out, and that her being there, she didn't know paparazzis were gonna be there, but her bodyguards allegedly told her, hey, there's photographers outside, and she was like, okay, I'll just walk out there. I think it's just to seem like I'm okay, don't worry about me.
Yeah,
like I'm still in the spotlight.
You don't think? I think it's a purpose, because she had a butterfly cut out on her jeans, and the whole like there's a video
God,
of
I hate
her.
The headlines of the rebirth pants are.
Well, it's because she's quoted saying like, for her, butterflies symbolize freedom and being rebirthed. And then she was wearing a necklace, and people thought it was the whole, like, look at the necklace. She's telling us that her and Joe are still together because she's wearing the necklace where his initial. It's not the same one.
It's not the same one. A Tiffany. So this is all TikTok stuff. A Tiffany's, or no, it was on Dumois too. A Tiffany's person was like, no, her previous necklace was a certain amount of inches. This other one is a longer one. Bigger. It's different, blah, blah, blah.
It looks bigger. I'm excited to see her single. Now I'm excited for breakup songs we were mentioning about.
Yeah, so now a lot of people have theories that Midnights was actually a breakup album, and people are re-listening to the songs and really sort of, and here's my theory. I think that, because Taylor has explained what Midnights is, she said it was her throughout her career at midnight, kind of writing stuff down. I do think that was what she's been doing, but we've even mentioned it here, like when her album came out, like the fact that she can revisit those emotions so easily is like a triumph. But I think her and Joe were going through stuff where it just kind of helped her fill in the blanks for some lyrics.
And one of them could have been about them, like
Midnight Rain, I think could be about them, because
really?
I broke my.
I still think it's
guy.
I don't think Joe's a nice guy though.
I think he is
I think he was Tom Hiddleston.
I think he was too nice for her.
You think so? I was never a fan of them.
I think that she wanted a career, wanted to focus on it. Like how she says, you wanted a bride, I wanted to make my own name, chasing that fame.
But he's younger than her. And I feel like he's still working on his career. So he'd be the one that's like, I need to focus on my career. I think
and also there's like an article where it says, that's when they got together, it was when she was already in that reputation bubble where she wasn't going out, and then the pandemic hit where they got to get closer to each other and kind of build more of their relationship. And now that they're out of that bubble, it's like
they're lavender haze.
Yeah, like getting out of that love bubble and actually being with each other and dealing with different schedules, and like she's back into her workload and all that stuff. Like,
true.
It's probably like just
because he jumped on a Reputation tour and he had nothing going on, so he just probably went to shows and was fine being part of it, and then the pandemic happened and they were all just tucked away, and now it's like real world for them.
Yeah,
like her world, her real world.
And I even think like, you know, anti-hero, it's like, you know, I'm always going to be this person. I recognize who I am, and that I'm not always going to end up with what people expect me to have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm excited to see single Taylor.
Me too. But and like, I'm going to have my eyes glued to TikTok this weekend to see her Tampa show, because she's going to have to, it starts tomorrow or
really?
Later tonight, because this is a Friday. Yeah, I think that she's probably going to make subtle hints within her show. Maybe she'll change another song, or maybe the original songs. We'll see which original songs she picks.
But I also think that I expect changes when she takes these like 2 weeks
off.
I do expect changes.
I think they're gonna be pointed changes. Like they're gonna be intentional changes that are kind of like, "Hey, I'm good, y'all. Here are some songs."
I think she is good, though.
I think she is good. You know, some relationships, you just know when time has come to an end. And, yeah, good luck, Taylor. We wish you all the best. Be single for as long as you want.
As long as you
don't
need
have to be with anybody. All right.
So tonight we're recapping, or today we're recapping, depends on when you're listening to this, Death Till Us Part, the special Kardashian wedding episode of our favorite Kardashians. And I say that with sarcasm. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, we all know, got married. And Hulu came out with a special for their weddings.
Yes.
Brenda and I took on the task to watch this.
We watched it for
1 hour special. And it takes us through that Grammy Las Vegas night that I don't think they got really married, right? Because
no, it
was just like a weird ceremony, because then they legally had to get married with paperwork, civil marriage
in Santa Barbara
for their wedding in Italy. And so we just see some clips from their Vegas ceremony, which had me,
I cannot with
they were
Kourtney.
So drunk. And then the Elvis that was marrying them referred to her as Chloe, and she lost it.
Oh, that's what happened. I was like doing my hair.
He was just like, "Chloe, do you take Travis?" And she's like, "Chloe," and she starts laughing to a point where she falls to the ground, is rolling on the ground. He's just like, "Chloe, repeat after me," which makes her laugh even more. And she's like, "I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna pee my pants." She eventually stands up and they do it, but I believe that was not legitimate. It was just like a cute little ceremony.
I think they're just super drunk, and we're like, let's just get married.
All their footage is from friends' cell phones. So they're also kind of narrating it. Okay, let's talk about. They're narrating the episode already married, like looking back at their footage, like, and they're in bed. It's black and white. Like, they were trying so hard for it not to look like a reality show, right? Like, we're edgy. We're
felt cringe. Like typical Kourtney and Travis, where they can literally not take their hands off of each other, like playing a thumb of war while they're talking. Like, I don't think I could ever be around them, because I would not be able to, like, I can't. They just get to me sometimes.
So they started off the episode explaining that they're creating this because they had personal archive from these special ceremonies, because they had their photographer, which is like a really, like, I guess a famous photographer. She asked to bring a videographer for her own, and another friend was videoing, and it was just kind of became like, oh, we have enough footage, which at first I'm like, sure you do. Like,
sure.
All those cutaways of Italy.
Dan. Yeah.
Okay. But the audio was so bad throughout the whole episode that I'm like, okay, maybe they didn't. It was just, I don't know. It was just a lot to me. Fast forward to Italy's ceremony. They basically go to Portofino, Italy, with their family, like 2 days before guests arrived because they just want to have like a family vacation. We follow along with them. They were seeing like the last preparations. As you know from the Kardashian actual last season, she flew out to Italy to get this dress started. So we start off right as like their wedding weekend. Two like big takeaways for me is this. That was a Dolce & Gabbana campaign.
Oh yeah.
She literally said when they found out we were getting married and wanted to do it in Portofino, they wanted to throw us the wedding. That means they didn't pay for anything, I bet you.
They dressed them all their clothes.
I only had a 30-minute meeting
right,
to discuss the aesthetic, because once whatever the guy's name is wants something, he's not going to change it. He's not going to change his mind. And we just gave him our vibe, and we just said yes to whatever they wanted. Why? Because they were paying for everything. And then the other part was basically the whole family was sponsored too, because literally like the designer was like to Penelope, you have your like necklace outside because you want that photograph. And the other big takeaway for me was like them saying that we really wanted to get married in a church. And that conversation made me so cringe, because so they said, we wanted to get married in a Catholic church. He says, because we were both brought up Catholic. She says, I was not brought up Catholic. I was brought up Christian. I went to Catholic school. He's like, oh, I was raised Catholic. I went to catechism. However, we couldn't get married at a church because, quote, Catholic church asked for lots of paperwork. You mean to show that you're actually Catholic? You mean I didn't spend 2 years in catechism for Kourtney Kardashian just to be able to pay off the priest to get married in the church? And that if they couldn't provide those documents,
they would have to take a marriage class.
They have to take a 1-year Catholic course. And they're like, we're okay. Yeah. And I'm like, exactly. I've done baptism, First Communion, and confirmation. I've had to go through all that. And I'm so glad that they couldn't just pay that process off, because I would have been so pissed the fact that me, as a young kid,
I go through all of that.
I had to learn the
amount of times I had to wait after Mass to get that little thing signed to say I went to church for my whatever.
Like, I have had to confess my sins, like,
multiple times.
As a child. So I am so happy that Kourtney and Travis were not able to get married at an actual Catholic church.
But they still flew out their priest to the whole ceremony.
Well, it's like pastor.
Okay, I was like, that guy doesn't look like a pastor.
So I'm glad that they weren't able to do that. However, I did find it a little weird that they were trying so hard to recreate an altar, where I'm just like, that's a little like disrespectful, and I don't get disrespected a lot.
I think it was the Dolce & Gabbana guy. She was like, oh yeah, he kind of like ran with the vision of the church thing, and they flew in like wood and stuff,
altar stuff,
craziness. But I really liked all of Khloe's outfits. Yeah, that they gave her.
I think the only outfit that I liked from Kourtney was that burgundy one. I think she wears on the first day.
I actually now like her wedding. I think her makeup on her wedding day and her hair was perfect. I do actually kind of like her wedding dress, if you want to call it a dress. Corset. I like her wedding corset. I actually kind of like it. I love the veil. I loved seeing more of the veil.
I like the veil concept. I love the cathedral veil. Like, that's what I want. I don't like the whole like Virgin Mary on it.
Oh, because of his like tattoo on his head.
It's just like too showy for me for something that you're not even religious to. Like, that's, I don't know. It's just like you're trying too hard.
I thought it was kind of boring.
They speak so slow and so like
I was like, is this over yet? Yeah. Like, I was literally finishing it right before, and I'm like, is there like a fast forward with this? Like on YouTube when you can dial up the speed. It was kind of boring. They just make out all of the time. Like, it cracks me up, like, when they said their I do's, and it's like kiss as a married couple, like the amount of tongue I saw, I'm like, I don't need to see that much tongue after you all say I do. I was telling Yost that they tried so hard to cover up Devin Booker's presence there. It actually made me laugh because if it would have been a drinking game, like every time Devin Booker's covered by something, it makes me laugh.
We didn't really we saw the sisters, like them walking in, we saw their outfits, but they didn't really talk much into it. Like, it was very much their show.
Courtney and Travis,
which is probably in the contract.
He got really, really emotional.
I think they do love each other.
Yeah, he got really emotional when they were exchanging their vows for the third ceremony, which I thought was sweet. He was like choking up and having a hard time.
I do think it's cute that Kris Jenner gave her the wedding ring, because it's just like, at this point you thought she would have already given it to like Kim, because
but it makes sense. She's the first kid. Also, having Machine Gun Kelly perform by popular demand, like what the hell.
Megan Fox is so beautiful.
I love her comment, like everyone's eating pasta, like damn, the food spread there looked amazing. But I think like the waiter was asking her if she wanted something and she was like, I don't eat gluten.
I'm like,
I was like, that's all I need from Megan Fox in this entire thing.
And then what else happened? Nothing. Like, I do like that his kids seem to like love her a lot, because like she brought in like
Landon made a good speech about how she's been a great. And I thought it was interesting that he said that she filled a void in his heart, which I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Because his mom is Shannon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And well, the kids live with him.
No, yeah.
And the mom has come out saying that, like, oh, they only live with him because they get maids there. Like, they get, like the whole
they get whatever
rich
they want.
Kids vibe. I don't know. I mean, I'm not surprised by it either, because like, if you even watch remotely the Kardashians, like once you're family, you're freaking family.
Yeah.
Like Tristan Thompson.
And they're such a big family and their life is family. And I feel like Travis's kids were all about family too. So it's like they come from the same mindset where they put family first.
Yeah.
And it seems like a fun family.
Travis has his 2 kids with Shannon.
Shayna? Is it Shayna?
Or Shannon?
I think it's Shayna, maybe.
The 2 kids, but then that wife had a baby already, which is that brunette, the girl.
Oh, okay.
That is that is her daughter.
Yes.
With boxer Oscar de la Hoya.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right.
That's his kids, and then they have that guy Carl. I guess Travis just kind of took him in, part of the family, but.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice ceremony. I don't know. They just kind of.
I think if you're a Kardashian fan, you need to watch it, because it's just like part of the archive history of them.
Absolutely.
If you want to watch it because you think you're gonna get cheeseman or anything good,
no, there really wasn't anything in there. But it was a great watches for the week, and I think that's
basically it.
Those are all my thoughts.
Yeah, just a reminder that we announced our book for our.
Whoa, sorry. Hit my face.
We announced our book for the month of April for our book club. We announced it in our episode that we posted last week.
Yep.
If you want to join us this month, it is going to be the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
I haven't bought it yet. Maybe I should go buy it after this.
Yeah. Oh, I should do that right now, actually.
Target.
Yeah. So if you want to join our book club, we'll be talking about it in May. In May, the first week of May. So you have the whole month to basically read it. Yeah. I heard it's a good book, so it should be a quick read. Yes, and it's going to be made into a movie. Yes, so that's why we're talking about it. We'll also talk about, in that book episode, the people that are expected or who we want casted as. Yeah, and who we want to be casted. Yes. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think that's it. Yos, tell them where they can find us. You could find us at Pop Off the Clock on Instagram. You could find our handles there. Just follow us and we'll keep you updated with all the cool stuff that hopefully is coming our way. Yeah. We'll keep you posted on that. Well, till then, guys. Bye. Goodbye.